Guys, join right away. You won't regret it. It's one of the best free Discords out there right now, and it's only going to get better from here on out. With that said, let's get started. When we go to ripple.com, this is what we see: update your financial infrastructure. Ripple is a leading provider of virtual asset infrastructure for financial services. They let you send cross-word payments in real time, interact with tokenization and digital assets, and meet regulatory compliance requirements. Area with multiple uses as of now, Ripple has become an all-in-one package for anyone who wants to get involved in the future of digital money. This is crazy because if you look at their full list of services, you'll see that they offer bills, custody, and solid cash, which is what big banks, digital banks, and even crypto companies are looking for, because who knows what the future of money holds. Right now, this is where we are when we think about the future of banking. As you can see, it's digital on the blockchain, and the 275 axis instant payments at a fraction of a penny. This is how we get that. And what's crazy is, while we honestly look at some of the numbers behind this, we have 3 to 5 seconds to agree on a fee. How are they doing this? They're using blockchain, the XRP record, millions of custody wallets, and 90% of the world's FX marketplace insurance. As of today, the foreign exchange market is worth $7.50 trillion. On top of that, we've built your bills and virtual goods business with Ripple solutions driven by blockchain technology. The right piece of this puzzle is the XRP record XRP. We already have crossword puzzle bills, virtual asset custody, and solid cash. The RLUSD is going to be a game changer, and we will see some of the partnerships listed below. This doesn't even begin to list the 500 NDAs they have in place, the 1,700 NDAs they have in place, and all the central banks they may be in talks with. It's kind of a loop, but when we really look at what Ripple is becoming, we see that they are a giant in the room that is already at the forefront of this revolution, which is still going on as we think about it. Did this all happen in the last year? No, it has been going on for years and years and years and years. This is an older picture from a Ripple report about ongoing engagement with over 40 regulators and policymakers. As you can see from the PDF file, this was done before the SEC lawsuit. They were already working with the Bank of England through their accelerator program. This is how they were chosen to help build the next generation of our TGS payment infrastructure at the Federal Reserve for faster payments. In the same way that they're still working with the Faster Payments Council, Ripple was chosen to be on the steering committee of this business strategic initiative, and they are still working with them. The Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority is working with an infrastructure innovation partnership to help banks use Ripple to send money across borders. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, chose Ripple to be a part of its high-level advisory group on fintech. This shows how connected Ripple has been for years. In September 2023, I posted something, and when I watch it again, it's clear that Ripple has already gained a lot of attention. Some people will call it an old video or a useless video, and they're the same people who say all the private meetings with important banks and global elite groups are also useless. Documents from the World Bank, the BIS, the IMF, and other groups have said Ripple and XRP, or most of those files only talked about Ripple and XRP, which should tell you something. I think XRP could be a big part of reorganizing our global system. Before I play this video, I want to point out that David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, had a patent for DLT generation back in the 1980s, which is before the internet became widely used. As it is now before Bitcoin, it's very clear that Ripple has been a big part of reorganizing the global financial system since the beginning. Nothing will change my mind about that. Watch this video instead. As you can see, this is the CPMI institution that both MasterCard and SWIFT are on must cut. This is all to meet the business goal to improve cross-border payments and meet the quantitative goals for border payments backed by the G20. So wait a minute, Ripple is now working with MasterCard, SWIFT, and other companies to meet the cross-border payments goals backed by the G20. This is all about pass-border bill interoperability, which is also very interesting. If there was any more proof that Ripple is already at the front of this, this is it. Additionally, if we go back in time a little further, we can see that you're meeting with Brad Garlinghouse and other business elites. This is where you can really see the IMF being present. Christine Lagarde, but also over right here, we've got a complete listing of all the individuals that have been at this assembly. This is a high-stage advisory organization of the IMF's Interdepartmental Working Group on Finance and Technology. Here you have Brad Garlinghouse at the proper U. Have you already know the head of FinTech Workplace at the Bank of Indonesia? You have Roslekohu. You simply saw in this clip over here from the IMF, you understand you've got some important players right here from Swift as an example, the financial authority of Singapore, more IMF gamers. I mean, it's kind of loopy whilst you study this. However, this is how long in the past Ripple. Become in dialogue with those large players, and even now today, more than ever earlier than these meetings, those discussions that they have had are very enormous. Now I want to take your guys' interest over right here to this publish right here from Smoke Dog, because now that we're starting to see the large shift happening in actual time around crypto in the US, aka a brand new admin is set to be right here. We're approximately to look crypto being embraced inside the US and A. Completely massive way. Big shout to Smoke Dog for this. We have possible for Ripple to join Trump's Crypto Advisory Council. Keep in mind that this is the equal council. This will start to level the playing field around the world and make the US a leader in crypto innovation and acceptance. There's more and more talk that Ripple could play a big role in shaping us cryptocurrency policy under Trump's management. Research firms like Bitcoin see a strong chance that Ripple will join Trump's new Crypto Advisory Council. The council's job would be to drive blockchain innovation and provide regulatory clarity. If Ripple joins, it will put XRP at the forefront of world bills and make it a leader in cross-border transactions. Ripple's influence could directly shape policies that benefit XRP, boosting its position in international finance. With this support, XRP could be in a league of its own. At the very bottom, you have Donald Trump and his group have already met with CEOs of us primarily based crypto organizations, inclusive of Ripple Crack and a Circle. This is already documented proper. This is already documented, and we already know that Ripple has been a totally large piece of the USA marketplace for. Sometime we realize that Ripple is a dominant force. We know their quick purpose, right? They need to modernize the financial infrastructure of the sector. They are allowing this. They are permitting institutions that need to honestly paintings with them, organizations that want to work with them, agencies that need to work with them. We are starting to see a totally larger. Understand paradigm shift across the regulatory factors within the US. The US market is embracing this generation, and you understand starting subsequent year in 2025, I do suppose that it's going to be an improved push to honestly convey in those companies that are in the US that do have very innovative and disruptive tech, and they may be going to embody it. Because listen, being at the forefront of this, being a dominant force in the next evolution of finance and generation itself, it does you realize provide a completely big backing and additionally the financial boom that incorporates. It is also very sizable. It's very similar to Silicon Valley, right? We did not want to push Silicon Valley foreign places. We desire that to be in the US. We desire to be the main player around tech. We wanted to be a leader around it. And the equal is going for cryptos properly. And the way to do this is with the aid of embracing these US-based companies like Ripple. And even right here, we have from Trump's crypto pivot here, we've got at the lowest Trump's management has additionally floated plans for a committee crypto advisory council drawing interest from.